Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome in. If you're new to this channel, welcome. If you're coming on back in, thank you for returning. Your energy is so important to these readings. This is your weekly reading for June, the week of June 9th, 10th. So welcome on in again. If this reading resonates with you, please subscribe, like, comment down below. All of that helps support this channel. This is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't for someone else. If any of these charms mean something specific to you, take that as a sign that it is a specific message for you. Again, because it is a general reading, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I've already done a meditation to connect with spirit and asked for general messages for the collective for this week. Without further ado, let's see what our messages are for the week of June 9th. Since hopefully I'll post it early enough, we might get some of those for the remainder of the day. Spirit guides, creator, ancestors, guides, what are our messages for the week, for the collective? Alright, so we have a lot of energy that's kind of centered in. We also have some charms that kind of went off to the side. So we'll talk about that real quick. When energies are off the side of the mat, that is either an energy that is coming in for you or something that is kind of like right on the edge that's there that we need to talk about but isn't really directly impacting your day-to-day for the week. There isn't a solid yes or no. If you've had a question on your mind, we have a little bit more charms landing on the yes side, but typically if there is a yes or no question, it'll land solidly on one of the two. There isn't that here. However, again, there are more charms centered on the yes portion. So let's talk about your inner self for the week. There aren't any charms that fell solidly in this, but you see a couple that are laying on the outskirts that are kind of dipping their toes in this pie slice and then laying on the outside. With the sea turtle upside down and also this O way out to the side, it seems like there are some obstacles that are coming up for you this week. The sea turtle, I'm going to flip him around just so we can get a better look at him. Sea turtles are about forward momentum. They have their eyes on that horizon and they keep moving forward. There's a lot of obstacles in their way as they are moving towards their goal of getting to that horizon, right? They've got to dig out of their shell, dig out of that sand, move across the sand, fight all those seabirds, get into the ocean, fight the sharks until they get into those deep seas where they're a little bit more free to move about. So definitely there's some inner struggles and some obstacles that you're facing, and those are, when we're talking about our inner self, that's how you're feeling within yourself. So these might be some thought processes that you're struggling with. It could be some inner beliefs that you're struggling with, whatever, however that resonates for you specifically. We also have the penny here in reverse. Pennies are about luck, good fortune. There's something that's coming up for you that you're feeling unlucky a little bit this week. And it's on the outskirts. Again, this could be sort of a recurring, I'm getting the sense that it's this recurring theme for you. Whether it's a pattern of things coming up that you're like, oh, I'm just not a lucky person. It's thoughts, because again, it's your inner self. It's not something that's actually projecting out into your current energy and how you're presenting out into the world. So just keep that in mind. We're dipping our toes into some emotional release. Again, it's something that you are struggling with internally, not something you're expressing out into the world. So just kind of be mindful as you're working through those emotions. It's okay to release them. Sometimes, particularly since it's close to your heart chakra, something has been weighing on your heart very heavily. Maybe it's time to express those emotions outward. You kind of have a little bit of this panda energy that's for your internal self as well. Panda is that balancing energy between light and dark, the masculine and feminine. This calm, gentle, protective energy, but they're very fierce when they need to be. Again, this is how you see yourself, but it very much is also, and that's just like a little piece of him, right? Just sort of his legs are dabbling in there. But really, that is an energy that you're projecting out into the world, how you're interacting with people, how others are interacting with you as well. He's a little bit off balance. You know, he's not sitting straight up where that masculine, feminine balance is right on par. Something is off kilter this week, and maybe we'll find that out, as we work around the board. When we're talking about others involved, it's very interesting. Someone within your family, when we're talking about the tree's roots, you have a cat in reverse. Cats are typically, spiritual. You walk on that ledge between the spiritual and the physical planes. I definitely feel like this has to do with an ancestor who is watching out for you. It's interesting that they're in reverse. It's almost like they're there for you, but you don't see them. So just know that you are protected and guided. They are here for you, even if you don't feel them. They are there. For some of you, I feel like this is specifically a familiar that's coming through for you, who is a cat who is just saying, yep, I'm here, I'm following you around, I've got your back. There is definitely a central person who is here supporting you, who is impacting your week a lot this week. And it says on the chime, it says, made with a smile. So they're really here to help uplift and support you throughout your week. And it's on the reverse of a sun. Sun is representative of the masculine energy, a creative force, a very powerful energy, right? But also too much of that can be destructive. For some reason, I was told to say that. In this case, I'm definitely getting a masculine energy that is here for you this week to help kind of lighten the mood, really get you back on track in where you kind of are feeling this off balance, unlucky, hitting these obstacles. It's like they're here to kind of like turn that around and create a little bit of brightness for you. There really aren't anything, there's nothing coming through from spirit and things to avoid, but there's really a lot of, actions to take as you kind of see this cluster. And really these all kind of fall into the issues at hand, the resolution, and the actions to take. So it'll be interesting to kind of tease that all out as we get around to that. I want to bounce back to contributing factors. So sorry, I'm feeling really like out of breath. Like there's just a lot to say. It's almost like an overwhelming, like anxious kind of energy. So I'm just going to take a deep breath right now. Feel free to do the same and just release it. Okay. Contributing factors. You have this storm cloud, which is really right in the center of the contributing factors. There's almost, I'm going to flip them over for a second. So when we talk about lightning, right, it's a very strong, powerful, and almost destructive force. But when lightning hits soil, it creates a chemical reaction that actually makes the soil more fertile. And even when it causes forest fires and clears forests, that creates space for new life to come about. The message that I'm hearing is that this is that time, and it's time for you to see it as the path of clearing. It's almost even I know the color is gold that's showing, but it's telling you to look at the silver lining. Rather than focusing on the destruction, focus on the clearing, the renewal, the clearing out of the old dead stuff, and the opportunity to create anew from that, the creation of fertile ground. With the captain's wheel in this upside down position, I'm just hearing that you're letting someone else steer the ship. Instead of taking control and taking actions for your own destiny, for your own manifestations, for your own goals, it's almost like you've gone, nah, I'll just let somebody else do it. And there is something about releasing control, but the wheel isn't necessarily about controlling. It's about knowing the tide, the winds, the topography of the ocean floor. All of those things in order to make the best decision for you and how to navigate safely towards your destination. So it's not necessarily about controlling the situation, it's about making decisions and navigating safely. So just kind of keep that in mind as you work through these obstacles this week. Again, this feeling of not lucky. Remember that things that happen that feel like obstacles, that feel like challenges, that get in the way and feel really hard. I know stuff happens that feel really shitty and really heavy and really not good, but they are their lessons. They're there for you for a reason, for a purpose. It's really challenging to remember that in the moment, and sometimes we don't realize it until after everything has been taken care of, and you're on the other side of it, and then you go, oh, I realize why XYZ happened, and there is that silver lining to it. It's almost like you're blocking or holding on to emotions. It's time to release and let them go. Some of the issues at hand, this charm says courage. I just flipped it over so you could see it. I know it's so tiny that you probably couldn't see it anyway, so I already knew what that said. Courage. It takes courage to continue going when things feel hard, instead of just breaking down and letting go and just being like, no, this is terrible, it sucks, I'm done. It takes a lot of courage to keep moving forward. It also takes a lot of courage to, the starfish is kind of twofold, to, one, give to others when you feel like you're in lack in the moment. And it's also challenging to get rid of and release and cut things out that you're used to hanging on to, but know that if you decide to release and cut out something that doesn't feel right to you right now, you have the ability to regenerate and grow, either in a different direction, or if it was meant for you, it will come back. It will grow back better and stronger than it was before. All of these kind of converge. You sort of still have the emotional tie here. So, holding on to those emotions. We're going to kind of bounce over here and some actions to take. There's really a call. I know that the cherub is coming in reverse. But it's really time to connect to your spiritual practices. Cherubs are the spirits right connected to God, Creator Himself, herself, itself, whatever resonates most for you. So they are your direct beings, angels, spirits, who are right in the closest proximity to Creator. So you're really being called to take actions to connect more deeply with the divine in your spiritual practices. The elephant is suited up for armor, not for armor. He's suited up in armor for battle. But it's facing in reverse, meaning it's not time to go to battle. Rather, realize that there's nothing to actively fight for. Everything is happening for a reason. And even though we're navigating, it's not time to control it. I'm hoping that makes sense. So we're not fighting for something. We are this week releasing control and the need to be right and win. It's not about winning or losing. The resolution. You have the eagle or hawk. I always picture it as an eagle in this attack pose. Like he's ready. He sees, he sees his prey. He sees his goal, his objective, his target, and he's going in for it. Those claws are extended, and he is ready to move forward. Sitting on top of the bow and arrow, which is interesting. It's pointing right to the no. So if that resonates for you, that just popped into my head and into my line of vision and acceptance, and it's also pointing right to this cat. So I don't know if that, again, it might not mean anything to any of you. However, if that resonates for some of you, please take that into consideration. The bow and arrow is this fast-moving energy towards your goals. You're focused, you know exactly where you're headed, your eyes on the target, you pull back that string, put tension on that bow, and once you have your target in place, you release. And it's a very fast-moving energy that's coming in for you and right on target. You know, the eagle can see, I think it's like something crazy, like 50 miles above the ground. So very sharp vision, seeing the bigger picture, and that gives you the ability to hone in even better on your goals, your mission, and have a clear picture of exactly where you're headed, and that will propel you forward in a way that is going to blow your mind. So hang in there for the ride. That concludes our charm reading portion of this. So if this resonates with you, again, please hit that like button, subscribe, comment down below. I would really love to have your support in that, and I'd really love to hear how this is resonating for all of you. Yeah, I don't think I have anything more to say to that. I'm definitely going to link the pin. What? Geez, if I could talk. Put the links for individual readings in the description and comments down below if you would like to do that. Hopefully my website will be up and running in the next couple of weeks. I have a couple of events coming up. Karma Fest is coming up. I know the dates are kind of changing. The location is kind of changing, so keep an eye out on my Facebook page. That is where I post most of my events and when they're coming up there. And then I'll be at Haven and Havre de Grace for First Fridays through October. So that's fun. And then I'm going to be remaining at Kismet's. I know I will be there the first Sunday in July. I'm taking a break in August, and then I'll be back to the second Sundays for, who knows, the remainder of the foreseeable future. I have a couple of other events coming up in July, but I'm planning on posting a summer schedule here shortly. So thank you so much for sticking with me. Your energy means so much to these readings. I hope it resonates with you. I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for the week to wrap this up. Thank you again so much for joining me this week and joining the collective this week for this reading. Let's see what Spirit has to say. And I'm sorry, I should have done all of that rambling while I was shuffling. Oh, so we got two cards. All right, so the first one is Animal Bond. So stand up for animals. This is really a beautiful card to have. You know, not only are we taking care of our pets and those things, but it's really important to give back to Mother Earth, to give back to Gaia, to really cherish her gifts, and she will continue to give gifts to us as well. We are supported by her in so many ways, you know, and this may be showing up because I know I've been seeing a lot of animals in need of help along the side of the road. Before they get hit, I've been kindly moving them off to the side. So however that resonates for you, just keep an eye out. There may be some animals in need for you this week. And then our second card is sensuality. Express your sensuality. So if this is something that you've been lacking and needing to focus on, you're being called to express that in different ways. I love how this vessel is pouring out this rainbow, and it's right on her heart chakra. It's a really beautiful image, and it really is, right to this centaur. Purple flowers, all about. Oh gosh, I'm totally blanking on what purple represents. It's just like not coming to me. Wow, I want to say manifestation, but that's not it. Fertility. So lots of beautiful things coming into fruition for you when you're able to express your sensuality and beauty. Again, I hope this resonates with you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Spirit. Much love, much light. Namaste.